We live, we live, we live. We are here on KHSX Power 101.5 FM. Ooh, we coming in smooth today.
I like that.
We coming in smooth today. Ooh, Jordan Roy killing it on the beat. Hey, I hope you guys feeling good out there. We got some things that we're going to talk about today. We got some very, very important topics. We're going to start with a few things. We're going to talk about, hey, did you hear that the LAPD was investigating Nipsey Hussle the whole time?
I just heard about it when you just told me about that, man.
Yeah. So basically the LAPD has been investigating Nipsey Hussle for gang activities, him and some of his business partners.
I mean, I don't know why they wait for people to pass away. If they find them guilty, what they going to do? Dig them up and put them in the jail?
Right. But see, a lot of people are intrepid to believe the LAPD. You got to remember the Rampart scandal. You got to remember Rodney King. You got to remember all the different times throughout history that the LAPD has been caught lying. You know, they say whatever they got to say to get past the situation. And I just wonder if they're using the fact that he was a former gang member and had gang member associates to try to slander his name. And it's also strange because they went out of their way to make him look good, but the whole time they're investigating him.
I don't know why people try to tarnish people's names after the fact. I don't, just let the man rest in peace. Nipsey Hussle was loved around the community. Yes, he did gang ties. If they listen to his album, come on, bro. It don't take that much.
It don't take that much. And if you guys are out there, you guys just turn up your radio. Like I said, we're going to get into it today. We have a lot to talk about. If you in traffic, make sure you drive safe. If you at work, turn it down just a little bit so you don't get fired. But if you in that car, go ahead and turn it up. We got Beats by Jordan today, slapping. And like I said, we got some stuff that we're going to talk about. Eric Garner. It's Wednesday. John, you got something for Wednesday?
I definitely got something for Wednesday. It is Wild Out Wednesday news, man.
Wild Out Wednesday news.
Always.
Okay. You told me about a movie that they were trying to redo.
I saw this morning on my feeds that they might try to remake Juice, the movie, the old school OG movie Juice with Tupac. And they actually got the gentleman that played him in his movie. They have, what's his name? Mac, what's his name?
I don't know.
Mac guy.
The Mac guy. You're gonna need a better descriptor than the Mac guy.
I don't know these young kids' names like that. I'm old school. I'm like 2 years younger than T. Franks mentally.
2 years,
not age-wise.
2 years younger than T. Franks mentally. T. Franks is our voice of wisdom around here. Yes, indeed. But hey, you guys, we're gonna go to commercial break, and when we come back, like I said, we're gonna talk about Eric Garner. Can you guys believe that federal prosecutors decide to not charge? They didn't even want to take it to trial. If you get a chance, if you want to call 346-330-9473. We'll be right back.
1 in 3 adults in America have pre-diabetes.
Good. That was dope. That was dope, George. That was dope. I like that. I like that. I like that beat, and I like doing it like that too.
You can use it. You start under the beat.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna run some beats in, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing you some others, man. I'm gonna teach you, man. I'm gonna make you a folder, bro.
Yeah. Well, just right there for the beginning, and then when we come back and we do his Way Out Wednesday, we run the beat under the Way Out Wednesday too. And then when we come back from break, run a beat and fade it out. Run it for about, just to bring it in and fade it out. Janelle, what's going on with you guys? Hey, YouTube. Hey, Facebook. Share. What's up, Alejandro Sosa? What's happening, man? I got to get out to Waco and go check in with you. Hey, you guys, we're about to be talking about some real stuff today. We're about to be talking about some real stuff. We definitely going to get into it. Greeland, what's going on, Greeland? Hey, you guys, if you out there on Facebook, if you want to call, the phone number is 346-330-9473.
I don't recommend it.
They had John beating on the table yesterday. Yes, indeed. Janine, how you doing, Janine? Derek Aguilar, what's good with you? Hey, we about to get into it right after this commercial break. Right after this break.
So together, we want to say to the
10 seconds.
Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council as Prediabetes Awareness Programs.
And you can say that in reverse.
Yes, indeed. We back on KHSX Power 101.5 FM. My name is Tyrone Nervin. This is Soapbox Heroes, and
I'm John the comedian, just here to lighten the mood a little bit.
see, John is here to lighten the mood, but today I don't know if I want my mood to be light. Did you guys hear that federal prosecutors decided to not bring charges against Officer Pantaleo, the officer that we saw with our own eyes choke Eric Gardner?
Wow.
They decided to not bring charges against Officer Pantaleo, saying that they didn't have enough sufficient evidence to take it to trial.
I don't know what more evidence you need from what you see. And this is what I don't understand about that. If you have medical examiners that are disputing each other on how the cause of death was, then you need to go get more opinions. They can't all be, hey, he died from this or he died from that. Everything in the result of that whole confrontation was a result of his death.
Right.
So someone has to take responsibility for that.
Right. See, my issue is this. We had two medical examiners, one who said that it was a homicide. A homicide meant that he was killed by somebody, and the other one said that they couldn't come up with a clear determination. And so for a federal prosecutor to decide to not take it to grand jury trial is almost like the federal prosecutor playing judge, jury, and not non-executioner. This is one of the situations to where, like, that should be up to a jury to decide whether or not guilt. He should have had a jury decide whether Officer Pantaleo murdered him, that or even stepped outside the bounds. This thing is going on. It's been 4 years since it happened.
Okay. Good morning, fellas.
Morning,
Mr. T. Frank's in the building.
I'm just going to put this real blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Black lives don't matter.
Not at all.
Especially in New York in the system. You're just another number. It's only beneficial when they can profit off of you, which is thus far the for-profit prisons.
Absolutely.
So, other than that, chokehold has been mandatory. It's been part of the playbook for years.
It's been part of the playbook for years.
So,
and the thing that gets me is this. They're saying that there wasn't enough evidence to convict him, but how is a prosecutor? It's not the prosecutor's job to come up with that. That's something for a judge and the jury in the courtroom.
Again, technicalities. Even though it was done on video, you saw it on video. You saw it on social media. You literally saw this cop choke the life out of this man.
Right.
Technicality.
Right.
It's not considered admissible into the playbooks. Only, again, to their advantage because they know, hey, this is something for all practical purposes. This is something that they truly are liable for.
Right.
And being a liability, which means you got to pay.
Yeah, it means you got to pay. Another thing that gets to me is the length of time that they expanded it before they actually came. They said that yesterday was the day before, they couldn't, the statute of limitations.
Right.
They couldn't talk about it anymore. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you guys check me if I'm wrong, let me know. But I didn't think that there was a statute of limitations on murder. But see, by them not calling it a murder, gives it a statute of limitations. Right. And then we know what people are trying to do when they extend a court case.
Yeah.
They want the public sentiment to die down.
Exactly.
They want people to calm down.
Our community can't afford because we don't know unless we have those in place that actually know the system to our advantage.
Exactly.
And those are dying off too. So those individuals that know the law to our advantage aren't put in place to force and put a, pardon the pun, chokehold back on the system to actually have them be able to use the information that has been given
Right. Right.
And and have them literally have to go and just be responsible for the case of which they should be liable for
Right.
in the case of Mr. Garner.
Right.
I just saw also on the news on the way up here that El Chapo got life.
He got life plus 30 years.
He gonna be out next week.
He got life plus 30
Let me
years.
tell you something. There's a saying say, well, what did he say? You can't hold me down. They definitely can't hold El Chapo in no kind of jail.
Like they couldn't hold him down before. So
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Slippery.
Now, El Chapo got life plus 30 years. Now, the officer who murdered Walter Scott in South Carolina got 20 years for murder.
Yeah.
Once again,
what complexion is he?
See, Walter Scott looks like me.
No.
He's the cop, the opposite. The cop is a Caucasian male, and he's a cop. So he got 20 years for a murder that we saw live and direct.
Yeah.
Live and direct. Not only did he murder him, he lied on him. Walter Scott was clearly running away. He took the taser and put the taser on the man's body and was willing to let people just go with that story.
Yeah.
20 years. Now, El Chapo, whatever wrong he did, I understand. But to me, murder is murder. A life is a life. If we see a life getting taken on camera, see, I'm going to have to look more into that and see if he has a parole date. If he has a parole date, then there's something wrong. It's something that I always urge people to do. When it comes to these cases, when it comes to these scenarios, you guys look at the prosecutors. See, we spend a whole lot of time being mad at the people who actually does the wrongdoing. Okay, in this instance, people are angry at Officer Pantaleo. Mr. Pantaleo, I don't know, he's still an officer, but I'm just going to call him Mr. Pantaleo. So we get mad at people like him, but we forget to pay attention to the people who let him go.
Yeah.
We forget to pay attention to the people who let him go.
Not necessarily the wrongdoer, but the powers that be.
The powers that be. See, he might have had the authority, and he might have had the backup there because there was a whole bunch of officers around Mr. Gardner. Rest in peace. Mm-hmm. So the intimidation factor was there. So the officer has the power at that moment. But after charges are brought up, and after public outrage is brought up, and after we see it, it's the prosecutors, it's the district attorneys who decide what happens after that. So who should we look at?
I just thought about something. Now, in the cases where we see all these, the social media boom, this people filming all these crazy things so they don't get 15 minutes of fame, all this craziness that's out there. Mm-hmm. I have a strange feeling that if you charge the person filming it, that a lot of stuff will come to a screeching halt. Case in point, the lady who's looking at the ice cream.
Okay.
If you charge that person, because there's a trail somebody had to upload it.
Absolutely.
Right? So the person that got caught uploading it, and again, watch your IP addresses, people.
That's how they track you. That's like your internet ID.
Exactly. So if you hear a bunch of on your door, understand that you
track
put
you.
something
That's
outside
like
you
your
can't
internet
get back.
ID.
Yeah. Another thing you need to also pay attention to is that this content. I just learned it this week. That when you put any type of social commentary content, social video content, if you don't specifically own that content, case in point, when you put stuff on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook now owns your content, and they can do whatever it is that they want with it. Let me repeat that. Everything that you guys post on Facebook belongs to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, indeed. And also, anything you post on this social media sites can and will be used against you in the court of law. You got to keep that in mind.
Yep.
All this stuff is going to go against you if you're doing it in the wrong fashion. You got to be cognizant of what you're doing. You got to be paying attention. Now, when it comes to the filming, I think sometimes filming is important. It just matters the context in which you are filming. Now, if you're filming somebody doing a crime or you're a part of it, yeah, you got some.
Charged.
You should be
Actually,
charged.
You're going to be charged because you're going to be considered an accomplice.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to be considered an accomplice. But in the case of like Walter Scott, whoever filmed that, they filmed something that people needed to see. And in the case of Eric Gardner, okay, you remember the guy that filmed the Eric Gardner incident, he ended up going to jail when they were holding him on all kind of trumped up charges. They were trying to keep him locked up for filming that. Police officers don't want what they're doing to be seen, okay? Oftentimes, even are trying to push legislation to where they don't have to wear body cameras anymore.
I think that's ridiculous. If you don't have anything to hide, if you're not doing nothing wrong, you should have no problem with wearing a camera. I know everybody had a bad days, but you have to be able to control yourself. You're an officer of the law. We are supposed to be able to believe in you, trust in you, and know that you're supposed to do the right thing. But it's not like that, and that's why they have to do the body cams now. So,
well, everybody needs to be held accountable, especially when you hold the power to sway and change somebody's life. I've had a police officer tell me one time, "Hey, Tyrone, you're afraid of my gun? You should really be afraid of my pen." Okay? You see how powerful that is? You're afraid of my gun, but you should be afraid of my pen. Meaning, just in case you don't understand the meaning, the pen is mightier than the sword. I could shoot you, or I could write something up that tie you up in jail for 20 years.
Just shoot me.
You should be able to police the police. They are your public servants. They are working for your tax dollars.
Definitely. And again, we got to pay more attention to the prosecutors. You do know that a lot of prosecutors are elected. And so when we're talking about elections, we're talking about candidates, we're talking about what we want in politics. I think we need to pay a little more attention to the people who decide whether something goes to trial or decides whether little Leroy go to prison for 40 years for something he may not have done. These things are very important. We got to pay more attention. We got to do a little bit better. We got to. And so, look, you guys, if you guys want to join in, you guys give us a call, 346-330-9473. 346-330-9473. If you on the app, if you out there, tap in. We want to hear what you got to say.
Another thing I want to add to that, you got to understand some of these prosecutors later become, because keep in mind, they have political aspirations as well.
Yes.
So they're going to either try to become judges, or in some cases, U.S. senators. Case in point, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
There's a little. I don't want to be disrespectful on the air, but I had a slight situation about 10 years ago, and I realized the prosecutor is now a judge in Fort Bend County. And I looked at all the stuff that was basically handed. That just sometimes I just want to, depending on if you don't have the complexion for the protection, it's gonna keep it real.
To keep it all the way real.
That some of these guys are looking to basically make a political gain off of your back.
Exactly.
So I hate to say it like this, but freedom costs, and with that freedom, you gotta pay the person that can get the job done, not just somebody that you think is gonna be able to legally represent you. Pay for somebody who's gonna get the job done, because that's how basically the judicial system is working now.
Yes, and hearkening on what you said, the prosecutors now are becoming the judge.
Yeah.
They just did it in the Eric Gardner case. Exactly. We saw that right before our eyes. It's up to a judge and a jury to decide whether there's enough evidence to prosecute or to make them guilty.
Common sense, the man's telling me I can't breathe.
Okay, he's saying I can't breathe, and that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say once he said he can't breathe, then nobody was given, he wasn't in the chokehold any longer once he said he can't breathe. But what about before that? We're going to get right back into it when we come back from the break. We got a caller on the line. We're going to chop it up. KHSX 101.5. We'll be right back to you.
Take a look under your bag. Find stuff under there? What about jobs?
That was a good. That was on the digital side.
Great.
When y'all finish, did I send you that thing that got the call signs?
Yes.
I'm gonna need some help to try to do my next move and what to do with that.
Okay.
Because I need to get an LLC and all that kind of stuff. Right now, I'm just a sole proprietor.
Okay.
So I need to get an LLC, get that stuff going. Al sent me this stuff last night. He wants to discontinue the contract with Landry for the rest of the year. And he wants to start another label. He wants to use my line. I'm not, I've learned my lessons today from the last 6 weeks. I'm not getting on my line to nobody. I'll help you and I'll partner with you to start another one.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give up my line.
Right.
So, they had a lot of great information for me downstairs last night.
Okay.
We're downstairs yesterday. Had a lot of great information. And it's a bunch of stuff that I can see like get funding for and things of that nature. But I'm gonna definitely need y'all help. Y'all my ground crew.
Yeah.
Y'all my ground crew, man. So,
yeah, we're gonna talk about this resisting arrest. What's going on out there, Facebook? What's happening with you guys? Get the sound back up. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that it was up to the prosecutor to become the judge in the Eric Gardner case? Was it the prosecutor's job to say that basically this officer isn't guilty of any wrongdoing? Okay, Greeland. We got Greeland on the line.
Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding
Bring
America.
it back in smooth, man.
Yeah.
That's the best instrumental for the smooth. Fresh out Boulevard.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We are back. We are back on KHSX Power 101.5. My name is Tyrone Irvin. This is Soapbox Hero sitting along with
John Don the comedian.
We also got Jordan, the engineer extraordinaire, in the studio doing what he do. Without him, we would not be able to do this. Without T. Franks, we would be in a whole nother position.
Yeah.
Zero. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna get back into this Eric Gardner thing. Okay. Now, they said that he was resisting arrest, and due to his size and his stature, that they can't find anything wrong basically with Officer Pantaleo, what he did. Okay, now we do know that the chokehold is something that's been in the police officer's toolbox as a weapon for years and years on end. We probably know people who have been in the chokehold, okay? Now they're saying that he may have died from other reasons, but it wasn't the chokehold. But come on now, let's be serious. Let's not act like a chokehold won't trigger other things wrong with a person's body.
Yeah, because you're cutting off the airflow. When you cut off the airflow, you ain't getting no oxygen. You're not breathing right. That can cause a heart to explode. That can cause seizures. That can cause stroke. It could be anything. But if somebody is yelling at you, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, whether you believe them or not, let them go, because they might end up dying.
They might end up dying. We got a caller on the line. We got a caller.
But it wasn't the chokehold. But come on now, let's be serious. Let's not act like the chokehold.
Caller, you there? Turn down your radio in the background, caller. We got a little back feed coming from you. Okay.
I don't have my radio on. I'm quiet over here.
Okay, you good. Go ahead, caller. It might have been us over here. What's going on?
I'm not even interfering over there, so I don't know if you can hear me yet.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear, caller. You sound smooth, cool, and in your groove. Go ahead, let us know what's popping.
Okay, well, about this topic here, through time, I'm speaking of, time that we all know about. When it comes down to police activity, they've always felt that they got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, when you say doubt, that brings up probabilities of, well, is it 100% he could have killed him, or did maybe have some kind of additional health problem, or this or that.
They're always gonna try to find something.
They come up with all these different variables.
Right.
And they've always come up with all these different variables whenever it comes to these kinds of cases.
Right.
Because the police union is a very powerful union.
Very powerful.
And the police union, they swear a lot with prosecution. And the prosecution and the police union, they communicate quite frequently.
Right.
Now, when it comes down to police activity, have you noticed the body cam maturity, whenever someone is directly a part that they know for a fact, they release the information quickly. But whenever it's a police in question, they slowly disseminate the video. It doesn't come out right away. It slowly starts to come out, little details
right.
about it, and they tell them to say, well, we're going to release the video on this date, or we decide to push it back until this date. In other words, they're doing their own cover-ups.
Right. So you think that's why you think, Carter, you think that's why it took 4 years for them to come out the day before the statute of limitations was up to come out and finally say something?
Exactly. It took them all this time because they were taking shots at different angles for their own benefit. Like which angle is the better one that benefits them? So the way they do this thing, they finally, like you said, they get to the end of it. They say, well, we're at the end right now, so there's no statute of limitation on murder, right? But then again,
they didn't charge him. They're not going to charge him with murder, right? And see, caller, do you think that's why prosecutors are very specific in the way that they charge? And also, caller, tell me this, and you're a frequent caller and you're a listener, and I value your opinion. Okay.
The public's attention to it is kind of declined somewhat as originally when it first happened. So they're looking at all the angles. Well, the public's appeal is not as surrounded around it as it was previously. Plus, right now, we got more Trump attention, we got immigration attention, we got more headaches on the news. So people won't be as up in arms about it.
Right. You know what? Well, while we're talking about politics and all this stuff, we're talking about reparations. We have all these things going on in the political discourse. How come we're not pushing for more accountability for police officers? Is that something that we are missing out on as we're pushing our push?
It's a combination of things. I mean, as far as prosecutorial conduct, it's always been a sketchy thing in this country when it comes to police officers. And secondly, when it comes to African American crimes, we've always been portrayed over the media as being always the badasses and always doing something wrong. And a lot of white people in this country have that kind of feeling about black folks always doing something wrong. That's why whenever they put the news out, it always looks like, well, here's a black guy doing something wrong again. And then they're trying to say the opposite of innocent guy. But you still have to take time to investigate, look into it properly. And the bottom line is police conduct hasn't gotten the right kind of overall public attention as far as what needs to be done and revised. Revision, of course, they should get on revision as far as police conduct. Now, like you said, legislation needs to be put forth to have an additional body, probably even a public appeals body to overview stuff with the police unions.
Yes, I agree.
Public involvement with these kind of decisions, not just the lawmakers and the prosecution. In other words, you need like an independent board of citizens to also sit side by side and review this stuff, I think.
I agree with you, caller. I want to thank you for the call. Really value your opinion. Thanks for staying with us. And I'm going to check in with you later. Thanks for checking in with us. All right. All right, you guys. And so look, another thing that I wanted to talk about here is this resisting arrest. Like resisting arrest. What do you expect somebody to do when they in the chokehold? It is fight or fight. John, if you feel like your life is in danger, what are you going to do?
I got to fight. You got to fight for your life. That's protect yourself at all costs. I mean, I understand it is the police officer, but at some point during that altercation, they had to know that when he was yelling, they had to know you got to get up off this man pretty soon. As a police officer, I know you get your emotions real high, you're scared every day, but you got to know when to stop.
Well, yeah, you got to understand, to resist arrest, I get it. Some people do resist, but when your body is under a certain amount of distress, naturally you're going to try to protect yourself. That's why it's so hard. Go try to drown yourself. Nobody really don't really do that. Don't really do that, but there is something in your mind, there's something in your brain that tells you, I want to live. So if somebody's putting you in a chokehold, of course you're not going to be still. Of course you're not going to be able to just sit there and act as if nothing is going on. I've seen police officers literally beating somebody down and they say, stop resisting. So look, you guys don't resist. Come back. We'll be right back after this break. 101.5 FM. This is Soapbox Heroes. We will be right back. What's going on with you guys, Facebook? What's going on? We're talking about Eric Garner. We're talking about the federal prosecutor decided to not charge. Not charge. Now, should it be a judge that decides whether somebody should be innocent or guilty, or the prosecutors now becoming the judge? All right, that's what T. Frank said. He said that the prosecutors, we got Miracle Jones. She gonna call in at 10:50. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got Miracle. She's gonna call. Gonna talk about her business. Yes, indeed. We're gonna get on top of it. Hey, you guys, Facebook, YouTube, show some love. Share. We turn the monitors up so you guys can hear when callers call. If you guys want to call and chime in, 346-330-9473. One more time is 330. No. 346 330-9473.
This ain't the old days where you could just give 7 numbers.
I can't just give 7 numbers. Hey, Greeland, thank you for calling, Greeland, man. I really appreciate and value your opinion. You rock with us, Greeland. We appreciate that. We gotta get Greeland in the studio one day.
Oh, he the back?
We gotta get Greeland in the studio. Greeland be calling up kicking knowledge. Remember Jay-Z said, "Oh, you think you trying to kick knowledge?" What's up, Rob? Give us a call, Rob. If prosecutors decide not to prosecute, no one is filing a case. Judges can only judge a case. Exactly. Judges can only judge a case. I don't think that the prosecutor, let me see, how do I put this? In my eyes, just based on what we saw, there was enough evidence to at least send it to trial. So when prosecutors don't send things to trial when it seems like they have enough evidence, you dig? It seems like they becoming the judge. Yes, indeed. Hey, Robert, you missed it the other day. You made some comments and they was on you. How much time we got? 30 seconds. Y'all see John Little Dog over here? Yes, indeed. We right back. Soapbox Heroes. We on the soapbox today. John, you on your soapbox?
I'm always on the soapbox.
Always on the soapbox. Hey, we was talking about this here resisting arrest. Now, they said Rodney King was resisting arrest.
No, he was yelling, "Help, stop hitting me." I guess they see resistance arrest as protecting yourself. Because most of these guys' hands be either on their face or trying to get the hand that's around them off of them just to be like, hey, I got this already. I saw a video of 2 Detroit police officers in a liquor store just harassing the guy for no reason.
For no reason?
And they telling the man that's videotaping, get out of here. You don't got no business here. And the dude's like, man, I'm way over here. And they was just beating this dude down for no reason. It was like he had a little man complex or something because I guess around that area it's just rough.
Okay, and with Eric Gardner, he was selling allegedly. Let me throw that out there. I can't only say allegedly for some people. I'm going to say allegedly in all cases that aren't for show. I wasn't there. I ain't seen no video. But allegedly, he was selling loose cigarettes. Now, come on, you guys. Loose cigarettes, he was selling what you would call a loosie. And they walk up to him, they mob up to him. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a mob. I'm gonna call it a mob. They came through, as we would call in the hood, they was rolling thick. You dig? I'm letting it all out today. I'm letting it all out. I ain't got no hair, but I'm letting my hair down on my soapbox today. They walked up to him rolling thick for selling the Lucy. Now they want to talk about his size. Now let's talk about the size of them police officers combined with guns, badges. And don't forget what I told y'all earlier. A police officer told me, you think you scared of my gun? You should really be afraid of my pen. They also had pens, right? So we want to keep talking about his size and him resisting. What do you guys expect? Okay? What do you expect? Police officers often come in, it seems like they escalate the situation. John, do you ever notice that?
I do notice that. I think they come into a situation already defensive. Most of the time, I mean, you hear about police officers getting shot for no reason. So when they come up, they're already defensive. And if anybody says anything back, and especially if that police officer already had a bad day, he might be on edge. And like he was just selling a Lucy, he might have just got some police officer that was on a bad day, and he might have said something like, "What's wrong with me doing this?" And the dude was like, "Don't disrespect me." It's
John,
as simple as that.
John, now, why do you think the police, why do you think they feel like they could do whatever it is that they want to do?
Because, I mean, not all of them feel like that, but I just feel like
not all of them. Okay, not all of them.
You have a gun and a badge. You have a gun and a badge. You're pretty much the only person, well, unless you got gun permits and stuff, that can walk around and say something to somebody. And if you say something back to a police officer, it's, you're disrespectful. No matter what you say, you can tell a police officer to shut up, and he'll come over there and start with you.
Okay. The Eric Gardner case, and I'm going to keep touching on this because, like I said, this was something that it just happened yesterday. And I think that we need to stay fresh and be refreshed on these things. I think we got to keep our mind and keep our eyes on the prize and stay focused, y'all. We got to stay focused, all right? Now, again, when I say that they escalate situations, they could have walked up to that man and talked to him like a normal human being. Yeah. You don't think that somebody's going to get intimidated when they see a mob walking up to them?
Of course they are.
A mob.
Of course, and that's what the police don't see. If I'm one person standing by myself and it takes 4 of y'all to tell me to stop selling a single cigarette, I feel a certain type of way. Like, y'all want more than just me to stop selling the cigarette. Y'all trying to cause problems at this point.
Right. Definitely trying to cause problems. He had other run-ins with the police. And I'm going to be honest, me being a man of a certain complexion, I get nervous when the police walk up to me too. I get nervous, and if I see 6 or 7 police officers walking up to me, naturally, I'm going to get tense. It's hard to be calm. And then this is another thing. We are grown adults, and even teenagers and young children. You want to know why. Why am I being accosted? See, that's the thing. Police officers nowadays, and I'm not even going to say nowadays, that term is used too loosely. Police officers since the patty rollers. Okay, we're going to go way back. Police officers since the patty rollers, they just want you to shut up and listen. They don't want you to ask any questions. So us knowing that things happen and sometimes people end up under the jail for things that they didn't do, how do you expect the man with that in his mind to not ask any questions?
I mean, you always got to ask questions, but sometimes, like I said, the police officers don't want to answer your questions. If you keep asking the same question, you're going to frustrate that person.
Okay, you see, it's like this. John, if you guys aren't watching it, matter of fact, you could tune in to us. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube right now, the Soapbox Heroes channel. You could tune in there, and you can see us live. John got a little dog on his lap. Yo te quiero Taco Bell Chihuahua. And that's how they want us to act. They want us to act like little subservient dogs. They want to say sit, and they want you to sit. They want to say roll, they want you to roll over. But see, that's the thing. We're humans, and not only do we have thumbs, we have brains.
Yeah.
We have feelings. We have emotions.
Yeah, we can think for ourselves, but they don't want you to do that. In that situation, they just want you to comply with whatever they're saying, no matter how ridiculous it sounds. And to me, like I try. I've been stopped by the police a lot, and that's one reason I carry this dog as well. I try to do what I can. I've had some police officers that have called me out of my name and stuff like that, but I have to sit there and eat that because it's either late at night when nobody's around and I ain't trying to have nothing happen to me, and I feel disrespected, but I can't get upset because what I'm gonna do, we we in Texas, and we don't got all these dark roads out here. I get put on by a police officer, and I got to go with what he say. I try not to stop on the dark road. I'll take him into the city, into the lights first.
Right. Somebody out there in social media land. No, that's my partner, your partner, everybody partner, Ameem Knowledge. Mr. Prince Hayes says, don't blame the police officer, blame the system. Hey, P, that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes we get so caught up in being mad at the perpetrator that we don't pay attention to the people who let the perpetrator get away with it.
Yeah.
You see, it's very important that we keep our eyes on the prize. And the prize is to eliminate these things. Again, we have police officers let me say this. I have a few police officer friends, and so I am going to say that I do believe that there are good police officers, but I don't believe that all police officers are good police officers. I'm starting to wonder if the majority of police officers are good police officers, because police officers, if you see something going on, how come you're not telling nobody?
Because police officers also had a code, like the code of the streets is no snitching. That also runs into the police department.
Okay.
Where, like I said before, if you are a police officer and you at your station, that's your gang. That's the people that's supposed to have your back. So if you snitch on them, they're not gonna have your back when you go on a job. And when you go out to the community, most people don't like police officers anyways. So you already ain't got the community on your back. So now you were just a lonely soul. But I know these guys want to say something, but it has to be a group of them that come together like, yo, we need to speak out. Because we did see a group of police officers did say something.
Well, they say something.
But they didn't say everything. They just said, yes, we know there's stuff going on. They never said what's going on.
I mean, you got to be specific. Even the code of the streets, that's starting to change a little bit, because we're starting to become more awoke to the times. You see what I'm saying? We starting to understand. Wait, hold up. We got a caller on the line. Caller, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Wait a minute. Is that the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Prince Gregory Hayes of Meme Knowledge?
Yes, sir.
What's happening with you, P? What's on your mind?
Hey, man. Well, I just kind of wanted to address something real quick. I feel like y'all doing a good job. The truth. So I just wanted to kind of piggyback on that. But one thing real quick about the Eric Garner stuff. Eric Garner case, he wasn't selling anything. That was a lie.
That right. That's why I said allegedly.
Yeah, he wasn't. It came out that he wasn't selling anything. So, yeah, that I just wanted to get out of the way. But the reason, the thing I think that we're missing is the thing I think we're skipping over is the fact that I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You good?
Okay, I'm sorry, I broke up for a second. Yeah, the thing I think we're missing is the fact that it's not the individual police that are the issue. You know what I'm saying? It's the system. So
absolutely,
I read parts of the training books that a lot of the police get, like in the LAPD, and they in the books they tell them how to racially profile.
Right.
So imagine being a regular person, right? Like just being like a regular, like we all have inherent biases, right? Like that's whatever.
Right.
But you have these inherent biases. You may think a certain way about a certain group. Like black people, we may feel a certain way about Hispanic people and feel like they're a threat, whatever. But it's not. There's no confirmation of that, because most of us never really experienced any issues with them, right? But then you join the police, and then like it's official, like government standard, educational stuff telling you, hey, this is how you racially profile.
It's in the handbook.
Just like this, if they have on a belt that says they have their letter, an initial on their belt, which I've literally read this before. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw that in the book, in the book that they get from the academy. So I'm like, but that's like every Hispanic person living in a certain neighborhood. So basically, you're just saying like everybody in this neighborhood is a threat. You see what I'm saying?
Generalizing. Vast generalizing.
They're generalizing, but they're teaching them like what they're not only are they teaching them, then they reaffirm it, they back it up, and that's why like why do we can't expect them to be punished for anything
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, of course they're not going to be punished.
Right.
And there's no surprise when they get off to me. Because I'm like, well, they told them to go out there and do that.
In their eyes, they're following the rules, Pete.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're just playing by the rules. Like, to me, so I don't get into blaming police officers individually. I don't even like that game. We do that game could go on forever and ever and ever because
it's a useless game. It's a useless game.
And if it keeps happening over and over and over again in different districts, in different counties, in different states, then at some point you have to understand that it's not the individual. You see what I'm saying? It's the police. It's the system. I mean, so it's the same thing. I try to tell people because I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday we were talking about the police, and I was saying that I made the distinction, or I made the comparison between like people were trying to tell me like, well, because I was saying like, why would a black person want to become a police officer?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? I can say why I think we need more. We need more representation. I think we need more representation. But Pete, if you can, we got to wrap it up. So say the last thing that's on your mind.
Dear Prince.
Okay, Prince, your phone is low. We can't hear you, Prince. So look, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we're gonna have what is it? Wacky Wednesday? What's happening on Wednesday?
Out Wednesday news.
Wild Out Wednesday news, and then we're gonna have the one and only Miracle Jones give us a call and chop it up with us real quick. We'll be right back. Stay with us, 101.5 Power KHSX. We'll be right back. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Prince, if you I don't know what happened with your phone, but it went like all the way out.
It sounded like people talking in the background.
Yeah.
Hey, what movie is that in there? They were scrapping on the ground.
Hey, you know what? Oh yeah. We'll get her out the way and we'll just do yours the last couple minutes and then we'll be done. We don't do an hour today.
A couple seconds.
Yeah.
About to do fart in the bushes. Don't be crying. You got
That's on the face case. President that we in shape. Should I propose she gon' leave this case? No, I put 2 million in the safe just in case. Don't go my way, don't care. My kids gotta have money, not just me. Just selfish. Oh, I think they crowd came like Mike Jadell. That's all the world is why I ain't no lie, they don't help. I got these people. When they beat up the jerk, you can not help. At the same time, so it can't help I ain't reach it. But I trust the time, cause they don't teach. They don't want it cause I come to the beat. I peep, last week. Bamboo sticks out on the G. Cause a new weirdo every week. You know what, put it up on the season. We don't come out for the oxygen.
absolutely. Call back girl. Call her right now.
Yeah. You know what? In like 20 seconds, so whenever you get the call in, you can fade us in. We'll do like 5 minutes with her. Play like a one of them 1 minute commercials. Come back with one of your beats. We'll do his Wednesday thing, and we're gonna wrap it up.
You gonna do it 1 hour?
Huh?
You gonna do it 1 hour?
Yeah, today.
20 seconds.
We about to come back. Hey, as much as I say I don't like Cardi B,
hey, that beat go hard.
I'm over here going in, huh? We are back. We are back right here on KHSX Power 101.5 Soapbox Heroes. Hey, you guys, make sure you guys go listen to that iDJ for the People app. The number 4, not the word 4, because you need it in your life. We got somebody on the line today, somebody very, very special, near and dear to my heart, a very talented young lady with a whole lot going on. Hey, Miracle, you there?
Hey, I'm here.
What's popping with you, Miracle? Hey, you got something that you selling. Wait a minute. First, let everybody know a little bit about you. Tell them your name, tell them your game, and why you came.
I'm Miracle Jones. I'm from California, and I am an entrepreneur on the rise. And I'm super excited for everything that I have my hands in.
Okay, let's give a round of applause for an entrepreneur on the rise. You know, we like the entrepreneur on the rise. That's why we want to go ahead and highlight that. What is it that you got going that you want to talk to us about?
Well, right now I'm launching my company called Sugar Scrub, and it is health and body products to help detoxify the skin. It's also used to hydrate the skin. You can use it to, like, if you have dry areas, or maybe like sometimes during the summer you see those ladies with the little crusty heel. You can use it.
Yeah, I done seen the crusty heel.
It's a really good product, and I've been selling out like crazy.
Is it kind of like exfoliating a little bit?
Correct. It's an exfoliating. Oh. Yes.
You should run a line down here in the city of H-Town, because you got a lot of people with crusty feet out here and necks.
With crusty feet and necks.
Those ladies out, and then this my sugar scrub can be used for women, men, and children.
Okay, so men could use this. So John could use this on his brick house knuckles?
Correct. Guys can use it as well. That would be my brown sugar scrub. I make that one specifically for men. All my products is a natural base. So
natural.
Natural fruit in each one. I have a lemonade. I have a strawberry lemonade. I also have a horchata.
You ain't got no watermelon? You don't do watermelon flavors?
Don't let him pin you in the corner. You see what he trying to do.
I do a Nipsey blueberry lemonade.
Blueberry. Was that inspired by Nipsey?
Correct. Yes, it was.
Well, I gotta ask you. You got a raspberry red? I'm just asking. I just want to know.
I don't no raspberry red, but I will keep that in mind and maybe launch that in a few months.
Okay, Miracle. Do me a favor. Let everybody know where they can find you, where they could come check out. Do what you deliver? You send it in the mail? I'm out here in H-Town. If I want to get it for me, somebody special, or if I want to get it for John's knuckles, what he just licked so nobody see the ash on his knuckles, how do I get it?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram. My company is so that's 3 M's, a space, and then we have Sugar Scrub. And then you can also follow my company group on Facebook for Sugar Scrub for exotic bodies, because women are exotic creatures. So, ladies, go ahead and follow me on Facebook. Once again, it's Sugar Scrub for exotic bodies. And on Instagram, you can find me at Sugar Scrub.
Okay, is that 1 M, 2 M's, 4 M's?
3 M's, and then it's Sugar Scrub.
3 M's and Sugar Scrubs. Okay, and so once I order it, how am I gonna get it? Do you put it in the mail?
Say that one more time. You said when you order it.
Once I order it, how do I receive my package? You put it in the mail? Do I gotta come and get it? How do I get it?
No, I'll mail it. So you can email me msugarscrub@gmail.com, and then we'll take your order that way, and we will ship it to you.
Okay. Hey, you guys, make sure you guys hit her up one more time. Give out that Insta just for the people in the back or the people with their speakers down low.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it is Sugar Scrub. So ladies, gentlemen, and children, reach out to me for that, please.
Okay, now Miracle, I know you're not ready, and I know I'm putting you on the spot. Can you sing a little something Just a little something. Just a
Say it
bar.
one more time.
Can you sing a little something? Just a bar. I know it's early out there, but just can you put it in their ear real quick?
It's early out here, but let me see. Okay. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work.
Whoo! I know you guys got a taste of that.
She really killed that. Let me tell you. She did it down.
Look, you hear, look, you.
You shall prosper. So, you have always remembered that. Keep God first, and everything else will fall in your favor, I believe.
All right. Hey, Miracle, I want to thank you for the call. Did you hear John over here try to hit that note? I got back feed in my head when he started singing. That's something that I hope he don't do no more. So, hey, Miracle.
That is too funny. But thanks for letting me, come on the show and promote my business. Thank you so much.
No problem. Get your entrepreneur on. Get your money up. Do your thing. We appreciate you getting out there and being willing to do what you do. Hey, you guys, we about to take a real short break, and we're going to come back with something for you. Soapbox Heroes on KHSX Power 101.5. All right, we're going to come in with a beat. And
Wild Out Wednesday.
We'll talk about this. It's going to take like maybe a minute. Just laugh a little bit.
We'll make it go to the end. Well, we got to, let's go to the end.
The odds of going on to win 7 Grammy Awards. 1.
Wow, check a bow wow.
The odds of selling over 40 million records. 1 in 800,000.
1 in 800,000 people to sell 40 million records.
20 seconds.
Diagnosed with autism. 1 in 68.
You come here, I'll come
I'm Tony Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/sign.
10 seconds.
Early diagnosis can make a
5,
life difference.
4,
Autism
3,
Speaks.
2.
Time to listen. Brought to you by
We back right now. It is a section that we like to call Wild Out Wednesday News, where I go through the internet and find just the dumbest thing I can see or find on the internet. Now, I've been said this. If you're going to do crime, you got to make sure your body is in perfect health. I'm talking about no blindness. You can be able to run fast. You got hiding skills. You can dodge everybody. Let me tell you something right now. I love looking up stuff from the South. You can find some of the weirdest crimes down here.
Why? Come on. Why you doing the South like that?
I didn't say Texas. I said the South. Now I'm not gonna down my city and bring stories from here. But if I find somebody that's worthy of some wild out news, I'm gonna let it go. And this to me is just hilariously funny. What did you eat last night, Tyrone?
What did I eat for dinner? Air. I think I fell asleep.
See, that's funny that you say air, because apparently this gentleman from Liberty, Missouri, was trying to evade the police officers. He had a couple of warrants, and he's trying to evade the police officers. He was doing a really good job of it.
Okay.
They were playing hide and seek. I'm talking about the police had the dogs out. They had units out looking for this man, and this is just for a warrant. He almost got away with it. You know how he got caught?
What?
I think he ate air for dinner last night, too. He pooted so loud.
What?
That the police found him.
What in the Wild Out Wednesday is going on here?
Let it rip, bro. I'm going to tell you right now. The Liberty County Police said the sheriff that caught him, he put up a tweet. He said, if you got a felony warrant for your arrest, the cops are looking for you. And if you pass gas so loud it gives up your hiding spot, you are definitely having a poop emoji day.
A poop emoji day?
Let me tell you something. The next time you decide to hide in the bush, fart while you're running away. Let all the gas out. Get your throw up out. Hide. You know what? Next time, don't even hide in the bush. If you're going to hide somewhere and you're going to poop like that, you need to hide next to a highway where the sound is loud, where they can't hear you doing that. Look, that is today's Wild Out Wednesday news. It's crazy. We're going to check y'all in tomorrow, where we got another great show for y'all. It's going to be a 2-hour show tomorrow. So go ahead and tune in to us at KHSX Power
101.5. Hey, I got to ask you, what in the Wednesday is going on here? We'll see you guys on Thursday. Much love, peace, respect, whatever you do it well. Shout out to Jay Roy Jordan over there on the boards. Love you, bruh. We out of here. We gone. 101.5. We'll be back to you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Oh, man.
He was farting?
He just farted one time, but it was so loud.
He farted loud and the police found him? Oh, come on, man. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Come on, man. Come on.